Welcome to Middle Grade Book Adventures, where every month at the Kingston Library, we preview a new middle grade novel that we think you might enjoy. This month we're going to be looking at the new novel by best-selling and award-winning author Anne Urso. The title of the book is called Not Quite a Ghost. It's the story of a family that moves into an old house and discovers that the house holds many, many secrets. I'm going to be reading from chapter 1. There are 4 bedrooms, Mom reminded them now, motioning up the massive staircase. Ours is the big one on the right at the top of the stairs. Owen's will be the one next to ours. There's another across from the bathroom. The last one is in the attic on the 3rd floor. And it has its own bathroom. I'll let you girls figure out who wants what room. Of course, Mia did not hesitate. She ran up the stairs, long legs guaranteeing her the pick of the rooms. Violet could do nothing but follow. It didn't matter anyway. Mia would certainly want the attic bedroom, which was fine with Violet, who had no desire to be on the top floor of a creaky old house all by herself. As Violet got to the top of the wide wooden staircase, Mia glanced into the last bedroom on the 2nd floor, muttered something to herself, and then dashed up the narrow staircase next to it. When Violet caught up to her, she was standing in the doorway of the attic bedroom, mouth agape. Then Violet saw why. The rest of the house, as much as she'd seen anyway, looked like someone had remembered to care for it within the last century. This room, however, had clearly been condemned to the realm of the forgotten. A musty smell hit her all at once. The low sloped ceiling was all cracked, and the wooden floor was so scratched it looked like it had been attacked by several angry bears. Though the sun was bright outside, shadows seemed to linger in the room, as if condemned there. But Violet hardly registered any of that. All she could look at was the wallpaper. The pattern on it was a tangled riot of flowers and leaves and vines, swirled together with seemingly no rhythm or sense to it. And the color, maybe once it had been bright yellow, but those days had passed long ago, and now it had dulled and faded into something that was somewhere between mustard and vomit, or perhaps the color of an old bruise. Mia inhaled, shook her head slightly, and then proclaimed declaratively, "Nope." Then she headed back down the stairs. Violet just stood and stared at the hideous wallpaper, dimly aware of the sound of Owen's feet pattering around downstairs, the adults calling to each other, and of Mia announcing that she would be taking the 2nd floor bedroom and Violet could have the 19th century sanatorium in the attic. Gross, Violet muttered to herself. Whatever the room thought about her, it did not say. She took one more look around, as if maybe there were some redeeming quality hidden in the dusty corner somewhere, as if the cracks might heal and the bear scratches might fade and the wallpaper would resolve itself into something slightly less horrific. So, chewing on her lip, she gently closed the door to her new bedroom and went back downstairs, musty smell still hanging in her nose, blinking away the impression of the wallpaper behind her eyes. What if it stuck there? What if all she could see for the rest of her life was that nauseating puke yellow disaster? Owen ran up past her on the stairs, yelling something about his bedroom and elephants. He, at least, seemed pleased. Violet headed to the spot on the 1st floor where she first saw the house, waiting for it to reach out and greet her again. Her mother sidled up next to her. "I hear you get the attic room. Do you like it?" Her eyes were shining with excitement, her face fixed in that look she had that said so clearly, "Be happy, please." "It's okay." Her mom's eyes dimmed, rounded, took on that soft, "Yes, this is hard, but we're in this together" look. "I know that the room's a little dated," she said. "I'm sorry. I thought for sure Mia would look at it as if it were a project, and you know how creative she is." She closed her eyes for a moment, clearly hearing her words now that she'd said them. "You can do whatever you want with that room, and I promise Elliot will fix it up as soon as he's done with the kitchen and our bathroom." Her mom reached out a hand, placed it on her cheek. Be happy, please. Anyway, you'll have so much privacy, a whole floor to yourself. I'm sure that will be a nice change, right? Right, Violet said with a nod. Good, her mom continued, a smile spreading across her face. It will be an adventure. After they all drove away, Mia, looking at her phone, Owen softly singing to himself, Violet staring out the window, the adults chattering briefly in the front seat. The house settled back into itself. The sun moved behind clouds. The woodwork dulled, the walls faded, the air cooled, and the shadows lengthened and twisted, so what once looked familiar now felt quite strange indeed. But the attic room did not change at all. The wallpaper was as it ever was. Remember this. The family came as one to see their new house. Most of the house lied, but one room told the truth. Remember this when you think about who the villain is. As soon as the family moves in, Violet starts to suspect that she might not be alone in that attic room after all. If you're curious about what happens, check out Not Quite a Ghost, available at the Kingston Library. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our next middle grade adventure.